The following is brought to you by
Hey everybody, welcome to my lab at the Science Factory. Today we're going to talk about waste management. The basics of waste management are the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. When we reduce, we lower the amount of products that we use in our everyday lives. When we reuse, we take something that we might normally throw away and use it again to cut down on waste. When we recycle, we take something we've already used and use it to make something brand new. Like when you recycle paper, they take that paper to make new paper, so they don't have to cut down trees. Now let's do a waste management experiment. For this experiment, we're going to make something completely new out of used items you can find around your house. We're going to take a used food jar, some papers out of your recycling bin, some tape and some colored pencils, and put them all together to make your own earth-friendly thermos. The first thing you're going to do is find your food jar. One with a screw-on cap works great. With your parents' help, rinse it out really well and make sure it's clean. Now, we're going to take a piece of the recycled paper and then lay it with the printed side up. Then, after taking the lid off the jar, we're going to lay the jar on the paper so it comes just to the tip of the jar. Then, take the paper and roll the jar through it. Once you get it all the way through, wrap the paper tightly around and make your edge. Then, we're going to take a small piece of tape and we're going to put it on the edge to fasten the paper together. Next, we're going to take a large piece of tape and wrap it around the top of the glass just to make sure that the paper stays fastened tightly. Once we have that finished, we're going to take the bottom and fold it in around the jar so that we get it completely covered. Then we're going to take another piece of tape and fasten it on the bottom so all of it stays in place. Here's the beginnings of our thermos. The next part is the best because you get to personalize your thermos. Use the colored pencils to make it your own. Draw whatever you want. Well, that should about do it. This one is what mine looks like. How would you guys color your own personal thermos? Now that my thermos is finished, I'm ready to go. Let's take a minute to talk about why waste management is so important. Let's say that all the water in this beaker is all of Earth's resources, and all of these small jars are the dumps and landfills where we put our waste. Now, as I pour the water, it's just like using up resources and sending them to the landfills. Pretty soon we fill one up, then another, and then another, until all we're left with is a big mess and not a lot of resources. But when we reduce, reuse, and recycle, we take some of those resources and put them back into the environment so that we never end up with an empty glass. Now let's take a look at some exhibits at the Science Factory that have to do with waste management. stopping by, and I'll see you next time in the lab.